Hello, welcome back for another episode of Muse After Hours. I'm Cyann Davis. I'm the owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Olympia, Washington.
And I'm Julia Ward, owner of Muse Extension Lounge in Arizona.
Yes, we thought today would be a good episode for us to talk about morning routines. If you follow us on Instagram, you've probably heard us talk a little bit about how important morning routines are to us, but we wanted to go a little bit more in depth with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that has been a large part of my success. And we always like to share the things that are working for us. And a lot of people wonder, like, how did you build this like luxury clientele, this luxury extension salon? And like, it's very simple, to be quite honest. It's like consistency, and like that morning routine sets you up for that consistency right out of the gate every single day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that is one of the biggest changes that I made as I was starting this journey. Like once I began offering MBR, because they talk a little bit about like personal routines within that. And so I feel like that's kind of one of the biggest things I've noticed. Before I can look back, and when I didn't have a morning routine, I would just wake up and like every morning kind of felt a little disorganized and chaotic, and I was just trying to get ready to go to work and I would rush out the door. But then once I started implementing a set morning routine, like my mornings are calmer, I feel more organized, less stress, and it really does help you achieve goals. And we can get a little bit into how that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Cyann, why don't you tell everybody about your morning routine? Well, actually, how about first you have like some statistics. So why don't you go over that, and then I'll share my morning routine. You can share yours.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I did a little bit of research for this episode. So we're going to get a little official here with a statistic. And I found that it's in Harvard Business Review, and they say that 92% of highly productive people have a morning routine. So that just goes to show you it does help you become more productive. And if you're looking to level up in your career and you have these big goals, then maybe you should have a morning routine if you don't. Also, some things that they said about having morning routines, it leads to less stress and anxiety. You get better sleep. You have overall better health. And also, it can help with decision fatigue, which the more decisions you're making throughout the day, it just is tiring out your brain. And so if you can start off your day having to make less decisions because you have this set morning routine, then you're going to just feel less brain fatigue.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some little facts and statistics for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, like, I listen to tons of podcasts, lots of self-help stuff, like all the time. And it's always geared towards like entrepreneur life. And that's what lights me up. And every single person I know that is insanely successful has a morning routine. And when I first started kind of building this luxury clientele, like when I still owned a different salon, but I had learned to do MBR, and I'm like, okay, I need to switch over my entire clientele. Like, how am I going to do this? Is really when I set this morning routine that I have stuck to for like years and years and years. So I'm going to share that with you. And it has set me up for a tremendous amount of success. So things have shifted a tiny bit over the years based on like how many kids I have, who needs lunches made, who doesn't, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But basically, I get up and then I exercise, and I used to make lunches that morning, but I've actually decided it's better for me to do that at night. So it's given me a little bit more time. And then
before you get too far, do you wake up at the same time every day, or do you try to? Or like what time do you wake up around?
Yes, I wake up at the same time every day, except for on the weekends. I like to sleep in a little bit. And sleeping in for me, honestly, is like 7. But yeah, no, in order to get all of these things done, I have to be up at about 5:30. Yeah.
So you wake up, you make lunches, then what?
Exercise first.
Oh, exercise.
Wake up.
Yes.
Yes. Wake up, exercise. The lunch is already made. Thank God.
Yeah.
But then I fill up the water bottles because we live in Arizona. And so we fill up the big, huge Stanley cups, which now apparently have lead in them. So I'm going to have to refigure all that. That's a
Buy
side
Stanley
step.
cups.
Jeez Louise. I mean, what is that Saturday Night Live thing
Oh
you had me
gosh,
watch?
the big dumb cup. If you guys have not seen that SNL skit, Big Dumb Cup, go check it out. It's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, they had me watch it the other day, and I was dying laughing. It was so funny, especially when it talked about the lead, because I was like, yeah, I know, I've heard that, and now I've got all these freaking Stanleys that are so much money that I'm gonna have to reconfigure. But anyway, whatever. I fill up everybody's stupid Stanley, and my water takes forever to come out of the refrigerator. It drives me crazy. It's like the slowest thing ever. But so I do that. And then I make my green smoothie and my coffee. And I have a green smoothie every single day of my life. It's so stupid how consistent I am with it. And then while I'm consuming the smoothie and the coffee is when I get a lot of content out that morning, as far as Instagram posts and things like that. And then, of course, I get ready for the day and I get my kids ready and we're off and running.
Yeah, and you have done that for how many years now?
Yeah, like 5 years.
Like 5 years.
One thing too that I did not add is that if I'm running as my exercise, because if I go to the gym, it's more of like a like in-person group fitness, so I can't listen to anything. But if I am running, I always listen to something that motivates me, and it's not music. It is some sort of podcast or a audiobook. And that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you what, there is nothing that motivates me more than running to that. And I feel like that has helped a lot as well.
Yeah. And you're also kind of like getting two things done at once. You're getting your exercise done, but then you're also doing something to help, like whether it's educational, about entrepreneurship, you're doing something to also like build your business at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it is that people will ask me all the time. I'm like, consistency is king. And that consistency, one day you will wake up and you will look back and you will be like, damn, that worked.
Yeah. And that is a little bit kind of like because you do that every single day. So you're not having to like wake up and think about all these things you have to do. Like you've done it so long now. It's just like repetition and it's just like muscle memory now. So it's easier and easier, like the more that you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me a little about your morning routine, Cyann.
So one thing that has helped me recently that I've added into my routine, I'll tell you, is I got one of those Hatch alarms. Have you heard of those?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have been wanting one of those because it like helps with like circadian rhythm, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so nice because before I just have my alarm on my phone. But the Hatch alarm, I love it because it has the light on it. And so you can pair the light with like music. So I set my alarm for 6:30 to wake up. But 30 minutes before, I have it set to start the lights. And it starts out like a dark red. Then it moves to an orange. And then right around 6:30 when I want to wake up, it's like at its brightest. And then it starts playing the music. So it kind of like gradually wakes you up out of your sleep rather than just like all of a sudden this alarm blaring and like jolting you awake. So it's really nice to wake up that way. So if you don't have one, you should get one of those.
That's amazing. I have been seriously thinking about it. I'm so glad to hear like a personal affidavit that you like it. Can you tell when it's starting? Like, are you aware?
I feel like now that I've used it, because I got it a couple months ago. So now I feel like I kind of do wake up around 6 anyways, when the light starts to go off, but I still don't feel like it's like aggressively waking me up. I still feel like kind of gently awoken, but it's nice. I like it.
Dang, so I'm here for that. Cause especially like Cyann lives in the Pacific Northwest, which is dark and cloudy.
Yes, as it is. It's right now all cloudy outside.
Yeah, but like even in Arizona, like right now when I have to wake up, it is dark and I literally hate it. I hate it so much. It's so much harder this time of year.
Yeah, so you should get one of those because it is really bright when it wakes you up. So that might help you get out of bed a little easier. So anyways, that is something new I've added to my routine, but I love it. So I wake up around 6 or 6:30. And then I usually go and I will make some greens and some coffee. So I have those. And then I go and sit. My house, I have this really pretty view of like this wetland nature area, and I just love watching the sun come up back there. So I'll sit on my couch and I'll have my drinks. And I like to go over either I'll listen to like a morning meditation, like affirmation, or I just have these affirmations that I like to repeat to myself. So I'll just either write them down or just listen to this video of affirmations, which is just a good way to start the day on a really positive note. So I'll listen to those. And then I also like to either plan my content for the day or post what I have. Because sometimes, like if I'm posting a reel, I'll look at my clients that I have that day and I'll kind of plan out like what I'm going to record for the day to post later. So I also like to plan my content because that is also something I've implemented just business-wise, posting consistently every single day. And so being able to like plan that every day in my morning routine is very helpful. So I'll do that. And then usually I like to just go take a shower, get ready for work. So mine is pretty simple. I don't have any kids or anything, so I don't have to help anybody else get ready. But that is what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've been, so you don't work out in the morning. You usually work out more in the evening. Is that right?
Lately I have been, because I've been going with Cami, and I feel like it's just easier if we do it after work. Cause it's closer on my way home too. So yeah, I usually don't work out in the mornings.
Yeah, but Cyann, that is something you have implemented though, is exercise, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that truly helps too. Just like mentally, it's a good way to get rid of some stress and just clear your mind, because for like 30, 40 minutes, however long you're working out, you could just focus on that activity rather than anything that might be causing you stress. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. But seriously, you guys, I urge you, if you are trying to find some sort of consistency in your life and you have some big goals and you're trying to like figure out where in your day you're going to be able to find time to do these things, just wake up a little bit earlier and like start this morning routine. Because when I get like my posts at least planned, like I do a lot of, Cyann and I both have 2 accounts that we run every single day. Like I'm posting to juliaward.muse and Muse Extension Lounge, and Kyann's doing the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so planning that content and at least getting like the text post written and like the idea out, then I can like carry on with my day and know that when it's time to post, it's like all ready and prepared and we can just send it through. And so our minds aren't bogged down with that throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's true. That is, I feel like maybe in another episode we can talk about, of course, our daily 4 and our posting and our marketing that way. But the daily morning routine is so crucial for consistency and getting those little steps for your goals that you have achieved every day.
Yeah. And I will tell you, one of the biggest things that helps build a business is confidence. And if you keep a promise to yourself, you get more and more confident every day. So if you say to yourself, like, okay, I'm going to start waking up at this time every single day, and you actually do it and you keep that promise to yourself, your confidence will go through the roof. And the type of people that you're trying to attract to your business, it will happen so much easier and so much faster, because you're walking around with like this confident air about you. And I talk about that a lot. I talk about that with like my kids, my daughter. I have an adult daughter. I call her semi-adult. She's 20. But I'm like, and she's living on her own and she's trying to figure life out and all these things. But I'm like, honey, like keeping promises to yourself will build a confidence that like nobody can rock.
Yeah, it's true. I have even noticed with Cami, because at the beginning of the year when we had our one-on-one meetings, that was something we talked about implementing for her, is even not even a whole routine, but even just the waking up at the same time every day, and waking up maybe just a little bit earlier so you have time to implement some sort of routine that you want. So she's been waking up a little bit earlier and she says she feels great. She loves it. So maybe you can just start small. If you don't have a morning routine right now, just wake up maybe like 15, half an hour, like earlier than you usually do.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. So yes, this is kind of a short and sweet episode, but we believe in morning routines so much. And people ask us all the time how we've been able to do what we've done. And we both fiercely believe that that is a very, very large part of it. And what we both implemented when we stepped into this portion of our career where we were hustling. And so implement this. And of course, we both run luxury hair extension salons, Muse Extension Lounge. We do beautiful, seamless hair extension work all day, every day. We have teams. We love what we do. So if you are interested in our services whatsoever, then make sure you follow us on Instagram at Muse Extension Lounge. You follow juliaward.muse and
follow Cyann.muse.
And you can always DM us with any questions. And also feel free to go to our links in our bio. And that is how you book an appointment with us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we hope to hear about how much having a morning routine has changed your life, your business, all of the things.
Yes. Let us know. Let us know. All right, everybody, take care. And thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.